Hey everyone, and welcome. Today we're going to dive into the core ideas from a really big book called Ask and It Is Given. It's all about the teachings of a non-physical consciousness they call Abraham, and it offers this incredible way of looking at how we can consciously, deliberately shape our own lives.
At the very heart of everything we're about to talk about is this one single, powerful idea. You are the creator of your own reality. The concept is that you, and only you, are in the driver's seat of your life. And look, according to this material, this isn't just some feel-good platitude. It's presented as a fundamental law of the universe. It's the bedrock for everything else.
So, you're probably asking, where do these ideas even come from? Before we can get into the what, we kind of have to understand the who, or in this case, the source of these teachings, which is known simply as Abraham.
Now, it's really important to get this. Abraham isn't a single person or some ancient spirit guide. The source describes them as a collective consciousness. So think of it as a group of non-physical beings all speaking with one unified voice and perspective, and it's all channeled through one woman, Esther Hicks.
So how does this actually work? Well, the way it's explained is kind of like a radio. Abraham says they transmit these blocks of thought, just pure ideas, no words, and Esther's mind basically acts like a receiver. She picks up on these vibrational signals, and then her brain translates them into the closest English words she can find. So she's not hearing voices, she's interpreting thought forms.
This brings us to the fundamental nature of, well, everything according to Abraham. The teaching suggests that before we're physical, we're something else entirely, something much more fundamental.
The source material actually brings up a famous quote from Einstein to make a really critical point. Everything in the universe, I mean everything, the chair you're in, the air you're breathing, the thoughts in your head, is in a constant state of motion, of vibration. What looks solid is really just energy dancing around at a very specific frequency.
So, this leads to the core idea of who you really are. The teachings say that everything in existence springs from this non-physical, high-frequency energy they call source energy. And here's the kicker. You're not separate from it. You are a focused piece of that source, having an experience in a physical body. Your true nature, your default setting, is pure, positive, vibrational energy.
Okay, so if everything is just vibration, what's stopping it from being total chaos? How is it all organized? Well, according to these teachings, the answer lies in the single most powerful law in the entire universe.
And that is the law of attraction. At its core, it's incredibly simple. Like attracts like. That's it. It's this universal manager that just responds to whatever vibrations you're putting out. So, a thought that vibrates with joy is going to attract other thoughts and experiences that match that feeling. It doesn't judge, it doesn't question, it just matches frequencies.
Now here's where it gets really practical. When you focus on something you desire, feeling healthy, having plenty of money, a great relationship, you start to broadcast the vibration of that thing. The law of attraction then has to, by its very nature, bring you people, ideas, and situations that are a perfect match to that positive vibe.
But, and this is the part that trips almost everyone up, the law of attraction doesn't hear yes or no. It only responds to your focus. So if you're constantly worried about not having enough money, your focus is on not enough money. You're sending out a vibration of lack, and the law has to bring you more experiences that feel just like lack. The bottom line is this: you get what you think about, whether you want it or not.
This all sounds great in theory, right? But how in the world are you supposed to know what kind of vibration you're sending out at any given moment? How do you check your own frequency? Well, the teachings say you have a simple, built-in tool for exactly that.
According to Abraham, your emotions are anything but random. They are a direct, moment-by-moment signal of the relationship between your current thought and your true self, that source energy we were just talking about. They are your personal guidance system, your inner GPS, constantly telling you if you're pointed toward what you want or away from it.
It's a really simple system. When you feel good emotions, like joy, love, appreciation, that's a sign that your thoughts are in vibrational harmony, or alignment, with who you really are and what you really want. But when you feel negative emotions, fear, anger, frustration, that's a sign that your thoughts are creating vibrational resistance to what you want. Your feelings are literally telling you about the gap between your current vibration and the vibration of your desire.
So now that we have all the pieces, vibration, the law of attraction, and our emotional guidance system, how does a simple desire actually become a physical reality? The teachings break it all down into a really simple 3-step formula. Step 1. Asking. And guess what? You're already doing it. all day, every day. Every time you see something you don't like, a desire for its opposite is automatically launched. That's your only job here. Step 2, the answer. This one's easy because it's not your job. The universe, or source energy, answers the very second you ask. Your desire is vibrationally granted, instantly. But the most important part, where most of us get stuck, is step 3, receiving. This is the art of allowing. Your job is to get into vibrational alignment with your desire by feeling good, which opens the door and lets it into your life. So, how do we pull this all together? When you start to really understand these principles, you move from being an unconscious creator, just letting life happen to you, to becoming a deliberate creator, consciously shaping your own experience. The whole game really just boils down to this: using your emotions as a guide to deliberately choose thoughts that feel a little bit better. Because the better you feel, the less resistance you have. And the less resistance you have, the more you allow all the good stuff and the desires you've already asked for to just flow right into your life. It's not about wrestling your thoughts into submission, but just gently guiding your focus toward what feels good. So, to put this into practice, here's what the teachings say your work really is. First, just start paying attention to your emotional compass. How do you feel right now? Second, actively look for thoughts that bring you some relief or happiness. Third, practice what it would feel like to have what you want even before it shows up. And finally, and this is a big one, you have to let go. Trust that the universe has it all figured out and will handle the how and the when. And this brings us right back to the beginning, to that final essential question these teachings leave us with. If your thoughts create your reality and your emotions are your guide, then the power to shape your entire life is truly in your hands, right now. So the only question left is, what reality will you start creating today?